the focus moves on. Most Romans were not concerned with palace politics or the mechanics of how to conquer barbarian states. More often they worried about the rent, about absent family members, and about their social standing. They struggled with government bureaucracy, complained about their taxes, and enjoyed their festivals and family celebrations. For understanding Rome and its empire, the lives of such people are just as important as the captains and kings who dominate the classical texts. Here, with the help of modern tools such as epigraphy, archaeology, and prosopography, we tell their stories. The 6 sections of the book are organized in chronological order. Particular attention has been given to when Rome was going through one of its many transitions, from kingdom to republic, from republic to empire, or from conquering invader to beleaguered colossus. Therefore, while some sections stretch across centuries, other sections have time spans measured in decades. Likewise, the sheer extent and diversity of the later empire demands a greater number of people to properly tell its story. From the beginnings of Rome to the empire's fall in the West, these 100 lives have been chosen to reflect what it meant to be Roman. From shepherds to emperors, they reflect in a microcosm the tens of generations whose lives and experiences in their totality created the drama that was ancient Rome. Part 1. Royal Subjects to Republican Citizens, 753 to 300 BC. Pre-Roman Italy was not an empty land awaiting the blessing of civilization from the 7 hills. Civilization was already present, thanks to the influence, both direct and indirect, of the already ancient cultures of Greece, Egypt, and Mesopotamia. The Greeks had colonies in southern Italy, many of which, from Naples to Croton, are still thriving today. The Etruscan culture dominated the north. The Romans were to learn much of their skill in building, law, and religion from the Etruscans. Italy, like Greece, to which it owed so much, had no nation-states. Rather, the peninsula was a mosaic of cities, each with its own territory, feuds, and petty wars with its neighbours. Nor was the situation static. The Etruscans were steadily losing ground to the Gauls pressing in from the north, and the Greeks were always looking to expand their territory along the coasts. Between the Greeks and the Etruscans lay the plain of Latium. The people living here had their own cities, language, and culture, which they defended against both the Etruscan armies and predatory hill tribes such as the Equi and Volscians. Indeed, they were strong enough not only to hold their own, but also to expand, and sometime in the mid-8th century they founded a new city on the very border of Etruscan territory, at the point where the river Tiber was first bridgeable. Legend, with some support from modern archaeology, tells us that the first act of the new settlers was to build a wall, the inevitable tradition due to the hostility of their neighbours. The new settlement was planted squarely across the Via Salaria, the ancient trade route that carried salt from the coast to the interior. While we have a detailed account of the founding of Rome, we know that this is the version that the Romans more or less agreed on over 500 years after the foundation. We know from writers like Plutarch that other versions existed, and the accuracy or otherwise of the Roman foundation myth is a topic of much heated debate. It is clear that as a foundation in archaic Italy, the proto-city of Rome had to grow or die, and it chose to grow aggressively. Roman tradition admits that the criterion for early Roman citizenship was possession of 2 legs and a pulse. Ex-bandits, escaped slaves, and retired mercenaries were all welcome. The legend unabashedly tells that when the settlement ran short of women, these were kidnapped from the neighbours. Thus far from being a beacon of Mediterranean culture, early Rome was regarded as a blot on the landscape by those who noticed the place at all. Yet Rome's precarious existence gave its citizens a strong respect for the gods, and, given that its early population came from